Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. Today's in the kitchen. Gotta make strength building food. I was already getting started when I remembered I'm supposed to be filming this. I have some friends who wanted to learn to make salmon, and being from India, they don't get a lot of salmon. So I was like, I'm gonna cook one for you. And I said, I'll even film it. That way you can cook it yourselves. Now, a lot of times the salmon, I will go straight into the oven. She doesn't like going in the oven. She likes tops. So what we're going to do is we're going to frying pan some salmon. I'm going to show you guys how it's done. Really, it's for them, but everybody can learn this one. So first thing's my butter. And I already started, so I kind of got a heads up. But this is my butter. And basically, all it is I took butter, a good chunk of butter, and boop, it's like a, I don't know what you'd call it, like a half a stick maybe. And I mixed in basil pesto. I mixed in lime juice. As a matter of fact, I have lemon and lime right here. So just lime juice and lemon juice, just 100% juice. So I mixed that in with the butter, and that's going to be my topping along with some Italian seasoning. And I caught myself already starting the Italian seasoning when I realized, oh crap, I'm supposed to be filming this. So it's just that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out the fish and get this started. Hold on. So I took my frying pan and I have it on a medium heat right now. The camera's over there. I looked over there. It's kind of weird looking. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down some oil. I use avocado oil. You can use extra virgin. You can use whatever kind of oil you want. For health reasons and flavor, I like to use avocado oil. So what this is going to do is if you have a skinned fish, it's going to make the skin super nice and crispy the way it should. And even if you don't have a skinned fish, what this is going to do is help keep everything moist, and it'll keep everything from sticking, which stinks. So I have my frying pan getting warm, and what I did is I washed it right before I put it down. And then instead of drying it with a thing, I just shook out the water, and then I put it there. When the water's gone, I know it's hot enough to start. So it's almost there. All right, so this is my filet, and you can see I already put Italian seasoning on it, and that's when I went, oh snap, I already did the butter. I did that. My pan, let's bring you over. My pan has no water in it. Okay, so that means, let's see if I can, I don't know how to work this. All right, so you can see it's medium heat. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my oil. Now the reason for waiting it to get a little hot before you put in your oil is it's going to thin the oil right away, making it easier to do this. If you use oil that's too thick, it's hard to just get around the pan. So that's why I do that. And it'll give you a good idea if it's all going to burn away too fast. So, and you don't want it all to go away. But the good thing is, once that's on there, once the water's gone, that oil's nice and thin, it can be put on pretty much right away. Now I do need a lid for my pan because I want to lock in the moistures. I think that one's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my fillet and I'm going to lay, I could hear the oil sizzling. Just going to lay it right there into the oil. And now I'm not waiting to put my butter and my concoction on there. What I want to do is go to the highest point of the fish so it can run down, right? So I'm just going to go to the highest point of the fish and let it run down. Now a lot of that is just going to get into the actual oil, and that's okay because it's just going to cook and steam right there. So with that, now all I have to do is wait. That's literally it. I wait until it's cooked. Now, how do we know the fish is cooked? Good question. You guys are so smart. The way you know the fish is cooked is because what happens is when salmon cooks, it turns white, right? Now, if you overcook it, a lot of white stuff's going to come out and it's going to look weird. But if you do not overcook it, if you keep watching it, when you remember, salmon is one of those things that you can eat raw, right? So you can cook it like ahi type stuff where you can leave it really pink in the middle, or you can cook it well, medium well, rare. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter. There's no is it done yet cooking, but you want to cook it if you want good salmon to where the pink in the middle is no longer like jelly looking, where it's no longer has that almost see-through look, right? You want it just nice. This is probably going to take 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes even, because there's so much liquid in there. It's literally cooking through. Now I have a skinless, so it's not going to be crispy on the bottom, but what's going to happen is there's not going to be anything to block all the liquids from pulling up into the fish also. So it's going to be really nice. It should be moist, and who knows, it might even take less than 10 minutes depending, because I have enough of that lemon lime butter stuff to where it's just going to, and it's going to come out really good. And that, my friends, is an actual term. You know how one guy says bam is real. That's me. All right, so let me wait a couple minutes and we'll show you. All right, so the salmon has got a really nice color going on, and let me show you real quick. You see that pale pink? There's no white coming through. It's just a nice pale. That means it's almost there, and it's only been a couple minutes. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mush around some of this liquid and let it resaturate that fish and get as much on the fish as possible. You can see this little thin piece of tail right here. This is a really thin area, so that is going to cook super fast. As a matter of fact, that little tiny, really thin piece might already be done. So what I'm going to do, stick a fork in it. Everybody knows that term. And let's see if we can pull it out of there and just get some of the flavors. You can see it's cooked all the way through, right? Ooh, that's nice. So that's what I want. Now I know what you're thinking. You're cooking this for somebody, but you're eating it for them. Also, no, I separated the fillet into 3 chunks. So I figured I would cook one just to show them so I can bite into it, and then cook 2 more for them. So this thing's pretty good. Now, because it's mine, I'm just going to go ahead and open it and show you what we're looking at on the inside. And possibly. Okay, so I can already see that it's dark pink right here. You see the difference? That's dark pink. That means it's not done yet. Just the tail is. So it gets to a point right here. That thickness is cooked. So what I'm going to do is, since I have a couple of thin pieces, and I took the thinnest piece because it cooks less evenly than the thicker pieces. So I figure, yum, I'll eat those and give them the good pieces. So now that the cover's on, I'm just going to swirl it around just a little bit more. I should have got a better cover. But it's literally going to take a few more minutes, and it will be good. You can see how fast that's going through. And this isn't something that you have to flip. Don't flip it. Just leave it. With the lid on, all that heat and steam is going to cook it from the top down as well as it's cooking from the bottom up. So the cooking is kind of like meeting itself in the middle. Important. All right, hold on. All right, so this thing is almost done. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you what it looks like on the inside. It's like pretty much near done. So there we go. We got right there. You can see the pink on the inside. It's still a little bright, but it's getting there. But what I want to do, and I think I have to raise you guys up, raise you up with good spirits and will. Woo, almost knocked it down. All right, so I'm going to take some of this oil, and now I'm going to the oil and butter, and I'm just going to recoat the top because I want to keep this thing as juicy as possible. And right now, this is the least dry salmon you will ever see. This thing is just nice. It is nice and juicy. Exactly the way you should be. A lot of times people cook salmon and they cook it really dry, and that does nothing for you or for the salmon, right? You want it to be a beautiful, juicy, moist fish, and a lot of people don't get that with salmon. Now, I whipped up some shrimp because I wanted to do like kind of almost like a garnish, so I just threw some of the same kind of stuff with the shrimp on this it's going to take the last couple minutes. So I'm just going to lay the shrimp across the top, and I'm going to help bake some of that flavor right into the top of my fish. So the top of my fish is going to come with this really, really nice extra little something, and that little something is going to be those shrimp. All right, so we're about 12 minutes in, and I want to check it and see if we are just about there. And let's see, let's rip this guy open at a thick spot. Oh my goodness. So at 12 minutes, and look, it's dripping juicy. Oh my goodness. That right there is perfectly cooked salmon. Oh my God, it's delicious. All right, so That's super good. That is super good. This salmon is done. Now I have to cook 2 more fillets. My man Sonny, Antra, love you guys. I really hope you enjoy your salmon. Came out great. Let me cook yours up now. All right, everybody, that's it for this one. I am Donnie B all day. Actually, stop that. Stop that. Stop that right now. Let's stop that. We got to put it on the plate now you guys actually see it. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Now that, my friends, is a perfectly cooked salmon. That thing is super nice. All right, now I can make a call out because I'm hungry. I am Donnie B all day. Until next video. Woo, doggy.